How's everybody doing? How's Debbie doing?
All right.
So this is the Huska barn that we've had for a few years. Weed whacker. Works pretty good. Look at the size of this picker here. We're getting Poorville cleaned up again. Well, we're working at it. It's only, what's the temperature today, Debbie?
It's getting about 85.
So we're gonna do our yard sale here in another month or less, Debbie? We're gonna do our yard sale, and most of the stuff's gonna end up going for scrap.
Probably 3-4 weeks.
That's the dry shaft for the International out back, and we got a bunch of International parts on top of the well house. I'm gonna pull that up here and put all that stuff inside or on the back of it or something. I bought this off the marketplace. Debbie was working over there and I was getting up here, and I did some quite a bit. We both did some in there. Then we seen this on the marketplace. The guy said it run good and then it quit running. He said he went out and bought a new one. It was a real fancy area by the lake. So it didn't see much use. This is, oh wow, the plug wires. How can that be? What's that go to? That plugs in somewhere. I'm not sure where that goes. I bet it goes underneath there. Yeah, so I was out here, and this thing is direct drive. When you start it, the blades continuously spin. So I gotta have to figure out where that plugs in at. Must come unplugged because I was fighting it down in that ditch. That's the worst part of trying to mow this, is that ditch. And mowing around the junk, which we're getting rid of a lot of that. We got rid of a lot of it last year. So we're gonna get around, we're kind of working inside. We're gonna get this place all painted up, probably put some new carpets in it, and this is gonna go up for sale before the market totally crashes out. But we're gonna start with the front yard, and hopefully when we have our tractor show, we stick a couple signs up, and we'll probably end up going with a realtor generator. I'm going to take it to the other place. It hasn't been running a few years, but yeah, I went in and got a drink, and I left this out by the road. So I bought this for $50, and I brought it home, put gas in it, and it pretty much started right out. It was flooding out. I probably will still have to pull the carburetor off it. Where does that plug in at? Anybody know where that plugs in at? It's got something to do with the fuel tank. Yeah, but you hold this. Let's see if this fires right up. I just tipped it over, so it may not. Fire now.
Yeah.
Well, this morning I come out and it started in the first pull, but Debbie's gonna start it, right, Debbie?
Yeah, right. I ain't gonna start it.
It's got a lot of compression.
Whoops. Nope. Okay.
Here, you want to hold this a minute? Let's try it again.
trying.
Yep, runs good. Yeah, fired right up first pull this morning. Phew. Yeah, so this ditch, I put a driveway in over here years ago. Well, I put this one in years ago too. The original one, there was no driveways when I bought the place. There was nothing here, no power, no buildings, no well, septic. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty much swamp. Got to clean all this up. Anyway, I put that driveway in, and the county had to get a permit, and the county said I had to use cement. Now I'm out of breath. And they come through there, oh, probably 10, 12 years ago, and they widened the road. So they moved everybody's driveway in. And, well, here comes some bills, probably. Hopefully not too many. They moved everybody's driveway. They stole part of everybody's front yard. And they dug these ditches up. But they wouldn't let me use the corrugated ones, but they put back through and they put corrugated. And they offered to do that whole ditch, one solid driveway. And I didn't have the money. But it's funny to me that they could put the corrugated, but they wouldn't let me use it. I had to use the reinforced concrete 12-inch tile. But when they put it back together, they used the stuff I wanted to use in the first place. But if I'd have had the money, I'd have had them do that whole ditch and I wouldn't be dealing with it now. And I asked them about, when I got some money, I said, what do I got to do to put a ditch in there? And they told me I had to have an engineer come out, and that was expensive, and I don't know, there was a few other things, because they turned us into like a trucking route, I think temporarily. Now I don't think it is, because we don't see the semis going by here. So anyway, I'm dealing with that ditch, and I don't usually, I mow it maybe twice a year if I'm really ambitious, but it'd be easier if I'd mow it. Yeah, it's pretty warm out here. So what we do, we work 15-20 minutes. Sometimes we'll take turns, and we're trying to get it cleaned up so we can get it up on the market, and then we'll officially move to 2. So we got a lot of stuff we're going to get rid of. I got to bring the skid steer back over here to move some of this stuff around. I think I'm going to build some water up here along the some dirt up here along the foundation. I'm getting a little dirt or water in my crawl space. Not standing water, just dampness. I got seamless gutters on here all the way from one end to the other. But I think the problem with that was when it rained, it all come down to this one end, and I think that's what started my dampness problem. But so I gotta, and this gets pretty muddy over here, so what I'm gonna do, just to get the dampness out of there, because I've crawled under there before and it's never been a problem, I'm gonna build this up about a block and a half high. But my gutters used to come down right here. I got a jungle out here. Yeah, I got some work to do. In the water, I've got to power wash all this north end of the property, knocked them vines down. Looks like a mess now, but so the water used to end right down there, and I got this moved out and it's dried up a lot just putting that piece of pipe that drainage right there that I've had around here. We've actually mowed that part up there a couple times, but it's growing like crazy. I got a bunch of junk over here in this pile I gotta go through. How tall are these? It's up to my nose. And I don't have my other mower here. I'll bring that back over here. So yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work trying to keep 2 places up. The taxes and propane and the bills. but I think I'm ready to sell this place. It's free and clear, so we're gonna get a couple estimates, see what they think it's worth. I'm thinking it ought to be pretty decent with a garage. I'll probably leave a hoist, a compressor, probably leave some tools in there. It depends on the price. Trying to decide if I'm gonna leave the shipping container, because I plan on downsizing. I don't need all this stuff. I've got a few bites on some stuff, but a lot of times you get a lot of different people checking on stuff, and mainly cleaning it up is there's just too much junk you got to work around. Got a couple bites on this big old case, steel case there. And my wheel loader, but if I sell that wheel loader, I'm gonna have a hard time moving that. Well, I'm gonna get a drink of tea and get back to work. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by Poorville 1. Have a good day. You can tell there ain't no wind. Our windmill ain't turning at all. Go find some junk. Better yet, better not. You'll get overloaded with it and then have to deal with it. Thanks for stopping.